Hello everybody, welcome back. Welcome to my living room. I'm filming in front of my big windows today because I'm going to do an autumn makeup look and I thought it would be a good idea to rely on natural lighting for this video. So yeah, I'm going to do an autumn makeup look today. Now that we are officially in autumn, we are in my favourite season. I love autumn. I love all the colours associated with autumn. I love the fashion. I love the fact that we're also getting closer to Christmas, which I'm a big fan of. And with autumn as well, you can just snuggle up, keep warm, stay inside, watch some nice cosy films, and nobody can say anything about it because they are also doing the same thing. And I love the makeup as well with autumn, so that is what I'm going to be doing in today's video. I'm going to be doing a mostly orangey browny type of makeup, which I suppose is like my go-to makeup anyway, but I kind of crank it up a level with autumn. So first things first, under eye corrector, Bobbi Brown Light Bisque. I use this most times when I do my makeup, apart from if I'm in a real rush, then I won't correct, but I try to because it really does help minimise the appearance of my dark circles. And I'm doing really well with this. I've got quite a nice pan going on with this product. So you might be able to see my autumnal cushions behind me. So I've got them in like a burnt orange, red and mustard yellow, and then this one here has got little pumpkins on it. So I'm trying to get my flat a little bit more autumnally, is that even a word, decorated. I feel like that helps me get more in the mood for autumn as well, if my surroundings reflect the seasons as well. Okay, next some of my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. And I've got this in shade 2 and I just whack it all on. And then my Project Pan concealers as foundation. Just putting this one in the shade 185 underneath my eyes. And then 150, I kind of use in the same way as the Flawless Filter. I just kind of whack it on. So my face looks something like this by the end of it. And then just using a damp beauty sponge because I feel like this blends in the concealer a lot better than a brush does. Because wearing concealer rather as foundation I find is a little bit heavy, a bit drying. So using a damp beauty sponge just helps sheer it out a little bit more. Next I'm going to use my Fenty Cream Bronzer. This is in my Project Pan. Now I did have a really big pan on this, but somebody did comment on my video saying just be careful that there's not loads of product around the sides and you might actually have a lot more product than you think you have left. So I did actually take a manicure tool, I scraped out the rest of the product, and then with a plastic makeup spatula I pushed it into the centre of the pan, of the packaging. So hopefully now that it's all in the centre, it'll be easier for me to pan it rather than trying to like scrape my brush around the sides and then only picking up a small amount of product. And so far, so good. I am being gentle with it though. I'm not like swirling my brush around it. I'm pushing the brush and like doing that kind of movement. And I feel like that's working so far. It's not really crumbly. Just a light bit of bronze. I do have a powder bronzer that I might put on later on as well. Just going to powder a little bit under my eyes with the Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Setting Powder and a powder puff. Just to keep that concealer in place. And then I go along the T-zone, so take it around the nose, upper lip, chin, and then I like push it into my forehead just to take down some of that shine, but I try to avoid where I've put the cream bronzer. And then I sometimes actually bring it under the cream bronzer as well. I like to do my brows next, so a bit of the Benefit 24-hour brow setter. Yeah, I always get this one and Gimme Brow mixed up. So I like to do this round about now as part of my routine, just to let it, I suppose, sit, and then I'll come back to my brows later and run a bit of some brow pencil through it. So my routine does sometimes jump from face makeup to eyes, back to face, back to eyes, a bit of lips, maybe back to face. Just really depends on what I feel like doing. Right, I'm going to stick with the eyes because I'm not sure how heavy the eyes are going to turn out. So I don't want to do bronzer and blusher next and then make the eyes too heavy. So let's do the eyes first, priming with a bit of the NYX Eyeshadow Base, also in my project pan, still going strong. I do wonder if I'm ever going to finish this item up. Of course I will, but you know. And then before I put any eyeshadow on, just because it's easier, I'm going to tight line with MAC Teddy. So I kind of stick the pencil up and then close my eyes and run the pencil along the upper lash line. It is a weird technique. It does require a bit of practice. But it just helps to, I suppose, fill in the little gaps between your eyelashes. So the two eyeshadow palettes that I love wearing during the autumn are my Urban Decay Naked Heat palette, full of these warm browns, oranges, burgundies, some shimmers in there as well, but mostly matte. And then my little Nars Isolde eyeshadow duo as well, so sparkly coppers and golds. So I'm going to use a combination of the two, just starting off with the shade Chaser from Urban Decay Naked Heat. Just a nude beige shade, just running this all over the lid and up to the brow bone just to set that eyeshadow base. And then as a crease shade, I think I'm going to take Sourced, which is this one here. You've got a couple of crease shades there, but Sourced is a little bit lighter, a little bit more beige compared to Camel. So just looking straight on, running that through the crease. Actually above the crease, not through the crease, because I've got slightly hooded eyes. So just putting that above where the natural crease is. I ran some of that along my lower lash line as well. And I'm going to go in with the Nars Isolde Duo next, because I'm not sure how heavy this eye is going to turn out. I think I'm only going to use the lighter shade today. I don't think I'm going to go in with the dark shade. And with a flat brush, just going to apply this to most of the lid. I love this duo. This is an old school Zoella recommendation. If you saw any of her videos, you would know that she loved this duo, and I just thought it looked gorgeous, and I'm so glad that I bought it because it really is so buttery, so pigmented, really easy to work with, and they last ages. I mean, just look at that gold. Oh, it's beautiful. I love it, love it. Right, going to go in with a bit of Cayenne, I think. So this shade, is it that one? Yeah, that one there. In the outer corner, just a little bit of that, just to darken up the outer corner. Now I'm going to take a small Sigma E42 brush. This is a really nice small blending brush, like a crease brush, so it's really good for precision. Really good if you've got hooded eyes. And I'm going to go for Low Blow, so that other crease shade that I mentioned, because I do want to build up that crease just a little bit more, just to darken it up a smidge more. The palette that I'm using as a mirror is the Vieve Essentials palette. This is also a really good autumnal palette as well. Okay, I'm just going to put some of MAC Teddy on my upper lash line, but I'm going to do that off camera because I get so close to the mirror that you guys can't see what I'm doing. Eyeliner done, just putting in my inner corner a bit of glimmer from this Vieve Essentials palette, just to brighten up that inner corner a little bit. So it's this, is that one? Yeah, that shade there. Back to brows, just doing a bit of NYX Micro Brow in taupe. I don't fill in my brows a lot, just a little bit by the bridge of my nose. I haven't had my eyebrows waxed in ages. I should probably go do that. I try to like keep on top of things with like plucking, but you do need a regular sort of like waxing appointment just to help keep the shape in check as well. Brow mascara is Clinique Lash Power in Dark Chocolate. Love this mascara. So nice. Really nice to build up. The coverage, so you can go for a really light coverage on your lashes or build it up in layers. And also this was the mascara they used on Phoebe, who played Daphne in Bridgerton. That may or may not be part of the reason why I wanted to try this, because her makeup looked amazing in that series. But also it's just a great mascara as well. Lasts all day, doesn't smudge. Bit of a messy one to get rid of though. It's easy to get rid of at the end of the day. You just need warm water, but it flakes all over your face. So just make sure that you've gotten rid of all the flakes on your face at the end of the day. Nearly there. Let's finish off the face. I've got my little Becca Champagne Pop highlighter with hardly any product left in here now. I've just got that little bit up the top there. Such a small amount. Really should be done with this by the end of this month. Okay, that's all flaked off. Can you see it's all like broken off? Okay, so this is actually done. Yay, I finished off a project pan item on camera. I love it when that happens because it's like proof that you've actually finished it off. You've not like lied. Not that I would lie about it anyway, but I do like to finish it off on camera as proof. Right, let's go in with some more bronzer. Why not? This is an autumnal makeup look. You can get away with a bit more bronzer. This is Fenty Shady Biz powder bronzer on a big fluffy Vieve brush. I do a bit of that rule of 3 with the bronzer. I know some people say don't. That's not how you should apply it, but it works for me. So that is what I do down the neck as well. Same brush using Vieve Pesca blusher, so a nice peach. Love this blusher. I feel like this is a year-round one, so this one works really well in the spring. Also works really well in the autumn. Summer and winter as well. And lastly, lips. MAC Stripdown lip liner. With MAC Nick Chapman lipstick, so a coral. Just to provide a bit of shimmer. And a peachiness to the lip liner, but then I do my usual, take a bit of tissue. And press. And there we go, there is my autumnal makeup look. So this is kind of the day-to-day autumn makeup look that I go for at this time of the year. So it's very similar, I suppose, to my kind of everyday makeup look. It's quite neutral, brown, warm toned, but I just step it up that bit more in the autumn. So I go for maybe more of the darker shades from the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. And then I love the shimmers in this Nars duo as well. And then if I wanted to, I can maybe tone down the eyes a bit and then just go slightly darker on the lips. So I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and I'll see you again soon for my next video. Thank you guys. Bye.